Join me for a little par 3 pitch and putt course right near my apartment. First tee shot ended up being a nice shot. Ended up having a nice little chip here. Flat lie. A little bit downhill with a downhill green. Managed to pluck it off really well. Get my first chip in of the year. Really hype about that since I haven't been able to get one since summer of last year. Second hole, 135 yards out now. Pulled out my pitching wedge. Thought I hit it pretty good, but ended up being about 10 yards short of the green. Must have been a little chunky. Ended up thinning this just a little bit. Unfortunate, really, because I thought I hit it pretty well, but ended up putting that one a little bit on the low side. Tapping in for the bogey. Unfortunate turnaround from the birdie to the bogey, but hey, we carry on, take our medicine, on to the next hole. Next hole coming up is a little 65-yard lob wedge shot. It's actually downhill, so it plays more about 55, and I hit it really nice. Landed about 6 feet right of the pin, but ended up bouncing over the green just a little bit on the fringe. Ended up having a chip there, ended up flubbing it right to the fringe of the green. Painful moment, got to just breathe and get through it. Decided to take away my wedge and pull out my putter, even though I liked chipping off of the fringe, but it just wasn't the greatest surface. Harsh greens because they're really hard and frozen, so wanted to just play it safe. Wasn't able to get the putt, but easy tap in for the bogey. Worst case scenario, that was going to be it. So I'd rather get that than pull out my wedge and risk having to get a double bogey instead of a bogey. Swallow a medicine, move on. Really happy with this tee shot considering the last 2 holes. Got to have that good mentality going into every round. It's always a long game. Ended up hitting a nice 125-yard gap wedge shot just on the right fringe, pin high. I liked this chip here, just kept releasing a little bit too far. Ended up having to be about a cup out to the right. Got my good look right here, about 8 feet. Just outside of where you want it to be for a confident putt, but still confident I can make this putt. And the Grant Horvat special. The good old lip out. That was a painful one. Sat right on the edge. But it is what it is. Got to move on. 110 yards on this next hole. Ended up chunking it just a little bit. Ended up short. Thought I got that chip off well, but it just didn't release the way I thought it would. It actually ended up being pretty soft, so I ended up about 6 feet short. This is where I got upset with myself a little bit, but it is what it is. Kept my head up going into the next hole. This was a really tricky one, though. You see the trees above. I had to keep it really low. Tried a little punch shot with my pitching wedge, but managed to get a really good pluck here with my lob wedge. Just snuck onto the green, really short of the pin for a nice 3-foot putt. Probably about 5 feet, to be honest. Snuck that in there. Very happy about that. Going into this one now, hit a little pull fade, to be honest with you guys, but very confident in that shot, unfortunately, but we're still working on our game, to be fair, but on the course, we can't be thinking about different stuff. You got to just play your game and be confident in what you could do. Like I am here with my lob wedge. I'm really like that area right around that fringe. As long as I'm in a good lie, I think I could hit it pretty soft. Managed to leave myself about 3 feet for a nice little putt for the par. Bring it into the next hole. Nice energy going. Now this one's an interesting hole. You got to be delicate because it's only about 50 yards. Got to be nice and soft with the landing or else it's going to bounce over the green. I managed to get right on the fringe, pulled it just a touch, but had a nice little opportunity for an up and down. Unfortunately, I left myself with a little bit of meat on that bone, about 7.5, 8 feet possibly, so I got to go check this one out. Now, these are the moments that you got to trust yourself. You got to see the line, trust the line, play the line. I'm seeing that the play is about 2 balls to the right. It's going to break, but in my own head, I'm second-guessing myself, and I think if I play that thing right down the middle, it's going to go into that hole. So here I have 2 things going on in my head. So I end up playing it right down the middle. Ends up breaking. I end up getting frustrated with myself a little bit. But, hey, every time I get mad at myself, I always find a way to laugh, smile after. You got to move on. You can't let lingering damage partake to the next hole, to the next shot. That's got to be your mentality. It's all about the next shot. And now we got the 9th hole here to finish off. Hit a nice little sand wedge, 95 yards. Managed to land it right on the front of the green, and it bounces to the back of the green on the fringe. You can see I'm a little frustrated, but hey, we got a nice opportunity for an up and down, and here we go again. Some meat on that bone, about 8 feet downhill. Got to treat her solid. Now I got to be cautious, play it properly. I'm I'm going to take my time here. It's a very straight putt. Just got to play it right down the center. As you can see, I back my feet up just to make sure I'm right on line, right in my stride, so I can get a nice good stroke on that thing. And the bottom. Very happy with that. It's a good ending of the round, especially that I left some meat on that bone. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.